It's 12:09 on February 13th, 2025. I'm sitting outside of the outside the law library in the lobby of the entrance to the law library, where I have had multiple problems on multiple days. All hell is breaking loose today. When I finally got through the conveyor belt, I went into the law library, and Michelle said she wanted to talk to me. I told her I was busy and I had things to do and she could email me, and she said that she read the email from yesterday and that I was being trespassed from the law library and she didn't want me in there anymore. And I asked on what basis, what's the statute that I violated? And she didn't say one, and she referenced the rules, and I said, okay, what rule? Well, it was no rule. She just didn't like what I put in an email yesterday, literally. So I emailed Judge Chiratka about the problems that are going on in the law library, specifically because I wasn't able to go to the hearing yesterday because they stopped the hearing. Apparently, Michelle didn't properly notice the hearing, and so it wasn't by, it didn't conform with the sunshine law rules on meetings. So then Michelle admitted that it was because she didn't like the email, and I said it has to be under a statute. It's not even under a rule. There's no rule that says that, she has to like the email that I write. So then she calls the deputies in, who determine that they're going to trespass me, or they're warning me of this trespass, okay? And Corporal Thornton, I believe, is the one who took the complaint because he gave me the case number on it. So it would make sense that he was the person who would have officially warned me on it. And it's illegal. I didn't break the law. I didn't have to leave. But I left under duress because they were threatening to block me. I'm sorry. It's been a long, long morning. I think it started at 9:18. I think the first video I took said 9:18. They've removed 6 to 8 videos. They went in through hacking, okay, and removed today's videos. In fact, now it looks like everything on the USB is removed. Hopefully that's not true and it'll start working again in a minute. But first, only everything from today, and the only thing that was on the record for today was the videos. So now I'm outside trying to figure out how I want to deal with this, the best way to deal with this. I'm not really sure what it is. I need to write a motion to dismiss. So I'm sitting here, and this guy who works here is like giving me a hard time. He's saying Obama, and he's a maybe 5'9" fat guy, probably weighs 275. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm only saying that because he's literally, very heavy. Maybe he's 300 pounds. He's a really big guy. In any case, he is happy I've been kicked out of here. I'm pretty sure he does tech. I'm not positive, but I see him around here a lot. He says he's a contractor. I asked what his name was. He said, I don't have to tell you I'm a contractor. I said, no, that's not how the law works. If you're contracted with the state, you have fiduciary duty to the people. That's the law in the state of Florida. The Florida Supreme Court has stated that. So as I'm sitting here, they've now taken all the chairs. There are 3 chairs in here. Wait, 4, 5, 6. There's a stool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs and a stool, and they won't let me sit in any of them. Are you kidding me? This is being video recorded. I just pointed to their surveillance camera. 12:15 is the time. You can see I'm sitting on the floor, which I actually like, but to put me in a position where I'm obligated to sit on the floor is ridiculous. These people are insane. I need to get into the law library. I need to be able to work on my motion to dismiss. It's the one in the Sarasota case. Now, that's a false arrest with sheriff deputies who basically did the same thing that these guys are doing. Now, these deputies here in Pinellas County are trying to cover up that crime, okay, of illegally arresting me. And this harassment's just coming from there. So that guy that I told you about who wouldn't give me his name, and I'm describing him so that you know, when you look at the video camera or when they're looking for him, which is a joke, they won't, you know what he looks like and who he is. So he's probably in his mid-30s to mid-40s. And I have other pictures of him, so I'll put him up so you can see who he is. And he shouted, "Obama." When I asked, "What's your name?" "Obama," is what he said, right? And so then I'm sitting earlier in a chair, which Sergeant Henson since told me that I had to get out of because they're work chairs. Seriously, okay? These people are so off the mark on everything. So I'm sitting in that chair, and this guy walks by again, Mr. Obama. I don't know what I want to call him. The corrupt criminal. Well, all criminals are corrupt, so maybe that's, repetitive there, but you get the point. So I'm sitting there getting my work done, and he has this container that's like the size of like a Febreze can or a room odorizer kind of can, and he has it in his hand. He walks by at face level and sprays that in my face. Okay, he sprays it in my face. There are 3 officers here at the time, and none of them do anything. Unbelievable. They don't stop him. They don't interrogate him. I stood my ground, okay, but they did not stop him. They did not interrogate him. They didn't go after him. Nothing. They have not done a report on it. I've asked Deputy Sweeney for a swab. He will not give me one. He will not call Corporal Thornton, who supposedly took a complaint on this, okay? He will not ask him to get a swab so they can swab my face. They went back and claimed the guy isn't back there. I think they're lying. I think that guy worked with them to do this to me. And I think that when Corporal Thornton asked me questions, supposedly to write down a case, and he didn't give me a new case number on this new case, okay? I think he asked, was it water-based, oil-based, did it get in your mouth, that kind of stuff. I think he asked because he wanted to know whether or not it was effective. So I have now illegally been trespassed from the law library. They are not allowed to do that. I didn't violate the law. I did not commit a crime. If I have not committed a crime, you do not have the right to trespass me. This is public property. I'm in a courthouse, okay? This is the old courthouse. There are no hearings going on right now. The law library shares the space with the courthouse. It's not run by the courthouse. So really, these sheriff deputies have nothing to do with the law library. They probably actually can't even legitimately get you to go through the security if you're only going to the law library, because they work for the courts. This is not a court building necessarily. They rent space, as I'm told, just as the law library does. And I know that the law library is not under the jurisdiction of the courts. It's under the jurisdiction of the Pinellas County Commissioner's Office, or Commission, the Pinellas County. So they literally went in, and understand that deputies do this all the time, okay? They went in and removed my videos from today that documented what's happening. Now, you know that I'm putting these videos online so that you can see what's happening, so you can see the crime, so you can see the corruption. And they stole those videos, okay? Now, this is how it happens. They can go into the USB and take it. Literally, like, remove it from your USB. And it appears that that's what they did. I then told Deputy Sweeney, Mick Sweeney, that it looked like they had just gone in and taken it, and then everything was removed from not just that one day, but everything was then removed from the video, or from the USB, it appears. This is a 256 gigabyte USB that's almost full. And it's mostly of the same stuff that I've been putting up, criminal activity by these guys. Hopefully it'll show up on the computer or back on the USB.